Welcome back, dear viewers, for another exciting episode. Today we are going to jump back to the NES era to talk about an underappreciated NES classic that you don't seem to hear about anymore, called Bump and Jump. This game was made in 1988 by Vic Tokai and published by Data East, who was famous for making pinball machines in such classic games like the Joe and Max series for Super Nintendo, and also the Burger Time arcade game. So, I'm the red car, and I use two abilities to get through each stage. First, I use my badass bumping skills, which is good for knocking other cars off the road and to their deaths. And then I have my awesome jump, which is good for getting over the pitfalls and hazards I inevitably come across, as well as landing on top of other cars, brutally crushing them for extra points. I get points for every car I take out on the road, plus a bonus for the grand total of cars destroyed. Yeah, that's great! You're great! You killed 14 other people and you're so great! I'm gonna give you some points! Great! I can bump into other cars, causing a chain reaction of bumping and ricocheting off each other that usually ends in at least one car's demise. I also need to look out for the green dump trucks. I can't bump them, only jump on top of them, and if I let them get too far ahead, they dump their load behind them and in front of me, acting as another hazard on the road. At level 3, the roads start getting more narrow, which makes things more challenging. Not only do you have less room to move, but also bumping into another car can send you off the road too if you're not careful. This game does take a simple sense of strategy. You need to know when to bump and when to jump. Who put this island in the middle of the road? Jeez! This game does not take long to get challenging. Thankfully, you do have checkpoints in the middle of each level, but even with those, it's still not hard to get a game over. You start out with only 3 lives, no it continues, and once your lives run out, it's back to the beginning. Oh yeah, I almost forgot about the fuel. I'm pretty sure it acts as a timer for the levels, and once you run out, you're screwed. You gotta collect red barrels of fuel on the road to keep going, and you also get bonus points at the end of each stage for all the leftover fuel you have. Well, shit. Even though you're bound to get plenty of game overs in Bump and Jump, You'll want to keep playing. It's simple, but very enjoyable and hard to put down. It's too bad we probably won't see a reboot of any sort to Bump and Jump, because the game's developer, Data East, filed for bankruptcy in April of 2003. So if you want to get your bumping and jumping fix, you'll have to dust off that old NES and pick yourself up a copy. It's very cheap. I paid about $7 for mine, and it was well worth it in my opinion. So that is all I have to show for Bump and Jump. Make sure you hit that subscribe button below and check out the link in the description where you can download my free 2D arcade space shooter for PC and Mac, Groovy Invaders, as well as my Facebook and Twitter pages. Thank you very much for watching, dear viewers, and remember to keep on gaming. It's great! You crash and killed all those guards! You get so many points! It's so